You go to bed with the intention of getting 8 hours, but your body betrays you around 2 in the morning, just like clockwork. Your deep sleep is broken when the familiar pressure builds and you have to run to the restroom. You most likely believe that your glass of water, or perhaps aging itself, is to blame. However, what if I told you that your sleeping position may be the primary cause of your awakenings rather than your drink? It is frustrating, isn't it? Even though you make every effort to eat healthily and drink enough of water, your nights are still broken up. You feel as though your war with your own bladder is a losing one. Your bladder is merely the message, though. The true reasons are your body's inability to regulate temperature and gravitational fluid movements while you sleep, which puts your kidneys in overdrive. As a physician committed to practical health solutions, I'll walk you through the 5 startling errors that are actually causing you to wake up in the middle of the night in this video. The most potent and underappreciated error we will discuss is the first one, and we will list them down from 5 to 1. Your nightly wake-ups can be reduced by half if you learn it, and the shift can start now. It has nothing to do with what you eat or drink. So pay attention to me, because this information is really important. And before we get started, please do me a favor and click the like button right now if you're prepared to finally get your sleep back without interruption. More people who actually need this important information can get it thanks to your click. To ensure you don't miss any of our weekly health advice, don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe. Last but not least, please leave a comment below letting us know which city or nation you're viewing from. I love seeing how far our community extends. Being able to connect with all of you is always amazing. All right, so fluid management isn't the only problem. It's about making your whole body a sleep-friendly, holistic space. Let's list the top 5 faults that can be easily corrected. Let's begin with the 5th number. The 5th mistake is the myth of the 3-hour liquid. Why time is crucial. Although many people are aware that they shouldn't drink a liter of water just before bed, many still think it's okay to have a modest glass an hour beforehand. This is the error. Drinking less at night is not the rule. The sooner you quit drinking, the better. 3 full hours before your head hits the pillow, your kitchen should be closed for any major liquid intake. This is the golden rule. This is the basic science that underlies it. Liquid does not simply teleport to your bladder when you consume it. It first enters your bloodstream after being absorbed from your stomach and intestines. Your blood volume rises as a result of this process. Your body's master filters, your kidneys, detect this rise. They are responsible for keeping the ideal fluid balance and filtering waste from your blood. They begin drawing fluid out to create urine when they notice too much of it. It takes time for the complete process to get from your lips to your bloodstream, kidneys, and bladder. Depending on your level of hydration and metabolism, this could take 60 to 180 minutes. That innocuous glass of water at 10 o'clock at night. Your kidneys are preparing for their peak urine production at 1 or 2 a.m. when you go to bed at 11. The hormone known as antidiuretic hormone, or ADH, is also your body's natural defense against this. During the night, its levels naturally increase, instructing your kidneys to reduce urine production so you can sleep. However, consuming liquids too soon before bed actively inhibits the release of this hormone, keeping your kidneys functioning normally during the day. Furthermore, this goes beyond theory. The Journal of Clinical Urology published a thorough study that examined fluid management techniques for nocturic patients. In contrast to those who followed a more lenient 1-hour cutoff, they discovered that those who instituted a rigorous 3-hour liquid cutoff before to bedtime experienced an average 40% decrease in overnight urine episodes. The steps are easy to follow. Drink plenty of water up front. The morning and early afternoon are the best times to consume the most water. Consider it this way. The reservoir is your body. Let it run low at night and fill it up during the day when you're active and have easy access to the restroom. Use the lowest possible sip of water if you must take medication. When do you currently stop drinking beverages before bed? Share your honest thoughts in the comments section below. Let us examine the average. The fourth mistake: the secret diuretic trap and the late dinner. Even if you've got your drinks under control, you still wake up. Next, check your dinner dish to see what time you ate it. There are two parts to this error, both the substance and the timing of your meals. Let's start by discussing timing. Your body goes into digestion overdrive rather than sleep and repair mode when you eat a substantial meal late at night, say 3 hours before bed. Your stomach and intestines must receive a significant amount of blood and energy from your body. In addition to raising your body's core temperature, which may disrupt your sleep, this process also creates a substance known as metabolic water. Water is a result of the breakdown of proteins, lipids, and carbs in your body. Your blood then contains this metabolic water, which adds to the fluid burden your kidneys must handle during the night. The Sleep Foundation frequently emphasizes how eating large meals right before bed can disrupt your sleep and increase your sensitivity to even the smallest urge to urinate. The concealed diuretic trap is the second and possibly more pernicious one. Diuretics are chemicals that increase urine production, and they can be found in many nutritious meals. Caffeine and alcohol are the most evident. Both of these directly inhibit the crucial ADH that we discussed. However, a variety of vegetables, such as parsley, cucumbers, asparagus, celery, and bell peppers, are naturally diuretics. For some people, even extremely spicy foods might cause bladder irritation and a sense of urgency. Eating a large, nutritious salad with a cucumber and celery base at 9 p.m. might be the reason you're awake at 2 a.m. The solution calls for a two-pronged approach. First, make sure you eat your final substantial meal of the day at least 3 to 4 hours before bed. Your body will have plenty of time to process this. Secondly, work as a diuretic investigator. Examine your meal dish. Move that large salad to lunchtime and choose prepared, non-diuretic veggies like sweet potatoes, broccoli, or carrots in the evening if you have trouble with nocturia. Which nutritious food do you enjoy and have just realized may be a factor in your nighttime excursions? I would love to hear anything you find out. Tell me below. The third mistake: the good enough bathroom trip before bed. One of the most frequent and readily fixable errors I come across is this one. You're preparing to go to sleep. As part of your routine, you go to the restroom, but you're preoccupied. Tomorrow is on your mind. On your phone, you're scrolling. You are in a hurry. You leave, you feel sufficiently empty, and you go to bed. The good enough error is this: your bladder is a sack of muscles. As it extends, it communicates with your brain. When rushing, most people only empty their bladder 80 to 90% of the way. Though it may not seem like much, that final 10-20% indicates that your bladder will reach its wake-up threshold much more quickly. A 400 ml full bladder is a great start to the refilling process if you leave 50 milliliters behind. Urologists and pelvic floor experts advise a method known as double voiding to counteract this. Ensuring your bladder is as empty as possible is a thoughtful practice. This method is straightforward, non-invasive, and very successful, which is why prestigious organizations like the Cleveland Clinic frequently suggest it to individuals who have problems emptying their bladders. Here's how to do it exactly. Before your head hits the pillow, do this as your final action. First step: proceed to the restroom and take a seat on the toilet. Indeed, even for guys, complete emptying depends on the pelvic floor muscles being able to fully relax when seated. Step 2. Urinate in a regular manner. Avoid straining or pushing. Simply unwind and let it flow till you feel like you're done. Step 3. Continue to sit on the toilet. Stay put. Hold off for 30 to 60 seconds. Breathe deeply a few times. Step 4. Lean a little forward. Your knees can be used to support your forearms. The bladder can be moved, and the last amount of urine can be encouraged to come out with this small adjustment in posture. Urinate once more. The fact that there is more may surprise you. It may completely change your nightly routine if you make this easy 2-minute ritual a must. Do you have any prior knowledge of the double voiding technique? Are you unfamiliar with this? The second mistake: the uncontrolled microclimate in your bedroom. Your body functions similarly to a precisely calibrated thermostat, and the temperature of your room and the clothing you wear during the night have a significant and direct impact on how well your kidneys work. Let's examine the consequences of being overheated. Surprisingly, a room that is between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit, or around 18 and 20 degrees Celsius, is the optimal temperature for sleeping. Your body's core temperature remains high if your environment is too warm, or if you're wearing non-breathable pajamas like polyester. The deeper, more restorative stages of sleep, when the ADH hormone is most active, are avoided as a result. You continue to sleep lighter and more restlessly, which makes you hypersensitive to your body's cues, such as a partially full bladder. This is the result of being too chilly. This causes cold diuresis, an intriguing physiological reaction. Your body automatically narrows the blood arteries in your hands, feet, arms, and legs to protect your important organs when it gets chilly. We refer to this as vasoconstriction. Blood is diverted from the periphery and directed toward the center of your body by this process. Your core circulation's blood pressure rises as a result. This increase in pressure is detected by your kidneys, which interpret it as an excess of fluid in the body. In an attempt to reduce that central blood pressure, they respond by increasing their urine production. This is also the reason why swimming in a cold pool causes you to urinate more. The study is unambiguous. Cold diuresis is a well-established medical principle, and a study published in the Journal of Physiological Anthropology demonstrated a direct correlation between ambient room temperature and the quality of sleep stages. Establishing the ideal sleep environment is the answer. Your thermostat should be set to a chilly 65 to 68 degrees. Wear airy, loose-fitting materials like linen, cotton, or bamboo. Adding a lightweight blanket that you can quickly remove is preferable than wearing bulky pajamas that will retain heat all night if you become cold. At night, what temperature do you typically set your thermostat to? Tell us in the comments section. And the most common error which affects practically everyone, particularly as we become older. The first mistake is the pressure and gravity issue, which is how you sleep. For many of my patients, this is their aha moment. Gravity pulls fluids down into your lower body while you are sitting and standing throughout the day. The tissues of your legs and ankles naturally retain a certain quantity of fluid. Peripheral edema is a condition that affects everyone to some extent, but it gets worse with age or prolonged sitting. After that, you retire to your bed. You lie flat on your back. Gravity isn't holding that extra fluid in your legs for the first time in 16 hours. That fluid gradually exits the tissues and returns to your circulation over the course of the following several hours. What do your kidneys do when they detect an increase in blood volume? Your blood volume progressively increases. They create urine after filtering it out. One of the main causes of nocturia is this enormously delayed fluid shift, which occurs hours after you go to sleep. The answer is to overcome gravity. Before you go asleep, your kidneys must digest that fluid and remove it from your legs. Here's how. Leg elevation is the most successful tactic. While reading a book or watching TV, lie down on the couch or floor and raise your legs for 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. They can be supported by an ottoman or pile of pillows, or even lean against a wall. Getting your ankles over your heart is the aim. This enables gravity to aid in the early return of that fluid to your circulation. You'll start the night with a significantly reduced fluid load, your kidneys will process it, and you'll employ the double voiding approach to go to the bathroom before bed. After that, your sleeping position still matters when you go to bed. A modest elevation is maintained while you sleep on your back with a pillow beneath your knees. For many people, sleeping on your side, especially your left side, with a pillow between your knees is even more comfortable. This position is believed to increase circulation and lessen acid reflux in addition to relieving direct physical pressure on your bladder. This is strongly supported by the research. In a seminal 2015 study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, senior citizens were instructed to elevate their lower legs for a few hours prior to bedtime. The outcomes were remarkable. A notable decrease in nocturia episodes, only as a result of managing the fluid shift in the evening rather than during the night. Now you have the top 5 offenders. However, I am fully aware of what some of you may be considering. This is a lot of information, Doctor. 5 errors? It is overpowering. How can I possibly begin without losing hope and giving up after just one night? Don't worry, I totally get that. For that reason, I want to give you one last important guideline. The rule of 1. Avoid attempting to correct all 5 errors at once. That is a surefire way to fail. Rather, choose the one error that made you think, "Ah, ha," as you were watching. Only one. For the next 3 nights, concentrate solely on the 3-hour liquid rule if that was the case. Make it your sole goal if it was to raise your legs. Long-lasting transformation is the result of tiny, regular victories. My friends, we've discovered today that there isn't a miracle drug that can provide dry, restful evenings. It's about realizing that your body is a networked system. It's about providing your body with the tranquility and stability it requires to function so that you can at last receive the restful, deep sleep you so richly deserve. Which error was your own aha moment? That's where you begin. Please share your decision in the comment section below. The first step is to commit to it. Additionally, if this video provided you with a specific plan that you can begin tonight, type the word "plan" in the comments to demonstrate your dedication. Of course, in order for us to continue this health journey together, please subscribe to the channel and enable notifications. Rest well, get a good night's sleep, and I'll see you in the next video.